So it turns out that I have discovered in the past 3 years especially that evil people don't like me very much. Yeah, sucks for me. That's kind of why I've been laying low or having a low profile for the last year. I think it's been the last year or so. If you have any questions about what happened with my pregnancy and that baby and all that, you can just go to my website and look at the blog. It's on www.ILIANAFischer.com. It's ILIANA, that's me. And you can read, I described everything. I don't even like talking about it, to be honest with you, but I wasn't faking a pregnancy, and I'm not crazy. I asked my therapist. There's no like multiple personalities or delusions or making shit up or anything like that. I have ADHD, and that's about it, and I take medication for it. Not every day, I just take it when I feel I need it, and I'm really quite a balanced person. But unfortunately for me, I was born on Christmas, and I have a really good heart. I'm a really good person. And I also look the way that I do, and I've always been kind of pretty, and always had kind of a sex appeal that I almost didn't even want until later when I learned that I could make money off of it and entertain people with it. Turns out I have some very evil people out there that are, I don't even like to talk about it, to be honest, but because, you know, I don't want people saying I'm crazy and stuff like that, but people can energetically, let's just leave it, say energetically, cause bad things to happen to you. So in the last 2-3 years, I've been homeless twice, lost my apartment twice. I had a misdiagnosed illness, pregnancy for 16 months, which caused me to gain weight and lose money and lose jobs and careers. Lost my apartment, lots of flat tires on cars, at least six flat tires. Cars breaking down repeatedly, getting in accidents. My dog died, the rabbit died in the last like 6 months. Lost a lot of material possessions, and career-wise, nothing really going for me. I am just now getting back into shape. I just cut out carbs. I didn't even used to eat carbs until that weird pregnancy. Then I started craving them, and I would eat them, and so I gained weight, and I wasn't. When it was all over and I had the surgery to correct everything, you know, the pregnancy and all that, couldn't figure out how to like lose that little extra weight, and then until recently I finally cut out carbs, and I was like, whoa, that really made a difference in my belly and my waist and everything. So I'm a person who, I might actually be have a gluten allergy, because I feel a lot better when I don't eat carbs. I can even think better and stuff. I feel happier and whatever. So anyway, I'm in the process of rebuilding my life, and it hasn't been easy. I spent 7 months in Vegas, and I'm back in LA. I don't have a place to stay, so I stay in hotels. It's actually kind of fun, but I'm waiting for a particular apartment to open up, and I've been looking at other places, but I most likely will keep a small place here, but spend more time in Las Vegas or somewhere else and travel and stuff, because I'm scared of this town. There's some seriously evil people here, and I mean, when I say evil, I mean like possessed, like it's literally, like if you were to look up the symptoms of demonic possession and people that do crazy, you know, voodoo and stuff like that, yeah, there's a lot of that going around, and people have actually admitted it to me, so it's not something I'm just making up. You'd be surprised how many people in the world practice have some very negative, dark spiritual practices, and they practice it on some very unsuspecting people. And when you're their victim, shit can go wrong, to say the least. So the only way to fight against it is to really work on your, whatever is your form of spirituality, to become more and more spiritual, and fight back. I have my own means. I was born on Christmas, so my method is definitely Christian based, and I went to Catholic school for 12 years. I'm a Mercy girl from San Francisco. I love that high school. That high school made me who I am. Someday I'd like to go back and thank everybody there. But it was an all-girls Catholic high school, and they taught us how to have self-esteem and, you know, just to be independent and strong. And I am, because I've been through a lot of shit in my life. Unbelievable. Someday I want to be in a position to write a book, because I can give a lot of strength and hope and stuff to, and maybe even advice to a lot of people, especially after what I went through in 2011, 2012, with that misdiagnosed illness, pregnancy, whatever. That was tough. Whew. So anyway, I'm getting back into shape. Woohoo! And working on goals that I have in mind, lots of new stuff, and I don't even like talking about it, because I don't like the evil wishers and the haters to hex. I use the word hex. Hex it. Would hex me. So I'm going to keep a lot of my plans to myself, but I have a lot of good things in the works. They're not all show business related. I don't know what's going to happen with me in show business. I lost my cosmetics line. Yeah, the distributor kind of went out of business or something. As far as my swimsuit line, somebody stole all my samples, and I'm not in a position financially to buy them all back yet. That was the same person who went through my garage when I lost my apartment and robbed me, a lot of my clothes. Fortunately, they didn't take any of my Gianelli. But that was pretty traumatic. I've not really had somebody rob me like that before. Lost a lot of material possessions, and I'm still going through a lot of shit, so. But, I don't know, I finally felt in the mood for doing a video and saying hi to you all. Some people have actually contacted me and been quite rude and asked me things like, so was there really a baby? And they didn't even ask how are you doing and how are you feeling and all that. And I did go through a mourning process, but I also went through a freaking celebration in Vegas for 7 months, because I was alive and I was scared I was going to freaking die. These doctors didn't diagnose me and go in there with surgery, you know. I damn near healed most of it myself before I went in for surgery, but it was really scary. I went 16 months misdiagnosed, and until they finally called in the head of USC, because they finally believed what I was telling them that I thought was wrong. And she was awesome, and she took care of me, so it's all good. It's all good now. My reproductive organs are fine. Everything's fine, so that's good. But I had a lot of losses before even, during and after, and it was interesting to see how supposed friends reacted to my situation. I had a lot of betrayals during, before, and after. So my daughter stood by me. She could have helped out a little more during, while I was sick. She could have helped a lot more. That was kind of disheartening. But emotionally, she stood kind of stood by me. And her father actually was very supportive, helped me that way. But financially, I had to take care of us all by myself while sick, while being misdiagnosed. And it got really hard, especially towards the end, because I had surgery, and you know that a lot of my jobs are, you know, expect me to be thin and in great shape, and I wasn't for a long time, so that was difficult. Anyway, I'm rambling, but some people have asked me lately, like, what am I doing to stay so young looking? And it's funny because, like, I don't know. I first of all, I thank you, but it actually, it's funny when I'm like, today I went to buy some alcohol at the store, and they carded me, and I laughed, and I said, I'm way over 21, and she looked at my ID, and she was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to, like, make yourself so young? And the truth is, I don't know. I get a tiny bit of Botox, but I haven't even been able to afford Botox lately, because my whole life, like, fell apart financially and everything, and I came up, and now I'm coming back down, and it's just one roller coaster ride, constant, up and down, up and down. So the last thing I try to do is the last luxury I have is to spend on plastic surgery. I haven't had my lips. I like to get my lips injected. I have not had them injected for over 2 years. And as far as Botox, it's been about 2 years, but I did come up with like a measly $200 about 4 months ago, and I had her do like a tiny bit right here, because that's all I could afford. And all the stress and the worrying and spending 7 months in dry Las Vegas, drinking and partying and dancing and sweating and stuff, and not going to spas to moisturize my skin. And I ran out of my favorite, my best moisturizer, Arbonne. You know, I got a few little wrinkles on my forehead, but nothing serious. Like, I was seeing 22-year-olds with wrinkles on their forehead just like mine. So I don't know what I'm doing, and my life hasn't been stress-free. So my life has been very stressful, so I don't know why I stay young. This you see here, these little wrinkles right here, that's from driving. It's from, I don't even know what it's from really. It's from driving in the sun with like low-cut shirts. And I got some sun damage. And also from sleeping and crushing my boobs together. My brow is like crooked. But anyway, that can be fixed with, I just keep putting moisturizer on it now. And yeah, imagine through all that I've been through, I still am holding it. You know, I still look pretty good. And I'm only going to get better because I'm working on it now. I'm, you know, slowly, you know, working on getting fit and, like, you know, working on myself, you know, physically. But one thing I did discover and started using, which I think is so cool, is Dermawand. Woohoo! I went, oh look, how cute she is. She's blonde like me. I went crazy when I saw that commercial. I called and ordered it right away. Because I had, years and years ago when I had money, when I had, like, I didn't have to worry about money, I got these things called IPLs, and it's like a laser light beam, and it cleared up the little spots, sunspots on my skin. Now, I'm a girl who's driven my convertible in the sun with no sunscreen on, with the top down, many summers. I'm a girl who's sat by swimming pools in Palm Springs and Las Vegas with no sunscreen on, no sunblock at all whatsoever for years. Been to Puerto Rico, Bahamas, Brazil, all kinds of sunny places, and I don't wear sunscreen, so you would think I'd be like more have wrinkles, and I really don't. It's weird. These right here, I have little wrinkles like by my mouth right now, and they're temporary. Let me see if I can. Yeah, those right there. Those are temporary, and they're from going like this, from nervousness. That's my habit. I don't smoke. You know, I can't smoke. And I try to chew a lot of gum, but when I get really stressed out, I go like this. So, look, it's causing these temporary wrinkles. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my top lip injected again when I get some more money. And that usually stops me from being able to even twist my mouth like that. And as soon as my mouth can't twist anymore, those little wrinkles will go away. This, of course, is from worrying and stressing out. I did not get a Botox shot right there because I couldn't afford it. We just did a tiny bit right here. So I need to get that injected. And then this is like some kind of little, I don't know what that is, a little scar or something. But I don't know, I think I'm holding up pretty good. And I don't know the answer to it. Why? I wish I knew, so I could like tell you guys. But one thing I think it is I'm very true to myself. I'm a very honest person. I'm honest to myself, and I'm honest to other people when I feel it's safe to do so. And I think living an honest life helps you stay young. You know, not lying to yourself is most important. Just being true to yourself, being true to your intuition, being true to you, being true to you, and not giving a fuck about what other people think. You know, not trying to like be something you're not. You know, I think that takes a lot of stress out of your life and out of your psyche. So I think that's a big factor. Also, and I've been no choir girl. Now remember, I came from San Francisco and Berkeley. I started smoking cigarettes when I was about 12. My mom smoked all the time. So my mom had secondhand smoke since I was a little baby. That's why I have slight asthma and I can't smoke anything anymore. And I have smoked weed. I'm from San Francisco, Berkeley. I have smoked weed. I can't smoke it anymore at all because I have asthma. I will breathe in some secondhand smoke sometimes and enjoy it that way, but I can't breathe directly, inhale anything anymore. I have, you know, I tried LSD and mushrooms. I have experimented, you know, and I have been no choir girl. I would never ever touch. There's some drugs I won't ever touch. And I say this to all the young, not with crack, meth, or heroin. Ever, ever, ever. And I tell this to all the young people that I know. The reason why, and it's the same, actually it's the same with all drugs. The reason is, but those three in particular are the hardest ones to quit and get off. You will have to be hospitalized, you will need drugs in replacement, you will need rehabilitation, you'll need to go to rehab to properly end an addiction. And you just never know with drugs if your body has a chemistry that's going to become addicted to that drug after one hit. So whatever drug it is you have in mind to experiment with, always keep it in mind that you don't know if your body chemistry is the type that's going to just get hooked after that one hit. So that's the chance you have to be willing to take anytime you try a drug. That isn't, I regret ever having done LSD. I regret it. I wish I had never done that. I had 2 experiences with it, and the second one was the most horrible bad trip I've ever had in my life. It took me about 5 years to recover psychologically. But crack, heroin, and meth are things I will never experiment with, never try, never have, and never will. And GHB, which people have involuntarily spiked me with. But I think this is the stupidest drug ever, because you can die with the wrong amount. And here you are getting yourself high. People do it to themselves on purpose. It's a great high. You're getting yourself high, so basically you can't think straight. And you won't know how much it takes to not die. And then you are not thinking straight because you already did some. And you're going to take some more, and you're not thinking clearly. And if you take the wrong amount, you die. Stupid. Anyway, back to me and how I stay young and all that crap. I think the other reason is exercise. I haven't been exercising lately. It just doesn't. I have other priorities. I do something though. I'm always doing something. I do squats. I do lunges. I do, sit-ups. Because I'm in hotels, so I don't really have a gym. I did find a gym nearby. I'll go there pretty soon. But in my lifetime, I have exercised a lot. And I've exercised more than I have not exercised. And I'm talking cardio. I think if you look at most of the actresses and celebrities in the world that are staying young, it's also, I think, ethnicity. I think white women, I'm not white, I'm half Puerto Rican. I think white women age faster. Sorry, ladies. I'm half Puerto Rican, thank God. sorry, my skin is not aging like a white woman's, but look at J-Lo, look at Madonna. These are women that A, they're not white, B, they are they exercise a lot, and I think that when you exercise a lot, it oxygenates your skin, especially your facial skin, and that's exactly what Dermawant does to your skin. It oxygenates it, which is supposedly what keeps your skin young. It reverses the aging process. So since I'm not able to do much cardio lately, I use Dermawant, but I'm sure that as soon as I start really in the gym and I love to exercise. As soon as I hit the gym again and start cardioing, I will freaking, my skin, everything will just be amazing again, like, you know, perfect. So that's my answer. Couple of things, you know, in a nutshell. Exercising a lot, you know, like making it a regular part of your lifestyle. I think yoga is amazing in that I love to do yoga. I think that I'm probably going to be doing yoga more than doing cardio. And yoga can oxygenates your whole body and your face and everything, so that's good. And doing everything in moderation. Also, like, they have done studies. No, actually, my daughter has seen, done like research on these women who live like 104 years old, 110 and stuff, and they were no choir girls either. One of them drank like 2 glasses of wine plus a shot of whiskey and a shot of vodka or something like that every day. She was like 105. Some of them smoked cigarettes. Some of them smoked cigars. Some of them, you know, they weren't athletes. They weren't vegans. They weren't anything extreme. They were people that did things in moderation. And I think that's really important. So, like, if they had vices, they did them in moderation. They didn't do them to kill themselves, you know, to self-destruct. So I think that's another one. Balance is the key. And I can always tell when I'm going overboard with something, and I just pull back, you know, and I regroup and I balance, and I'm pretty good at that. So those are some of my tips, and I don't know. Those are some of the things that I suspect are keeping me young. I don't feel like I'm aging at all. Valerie Bertinelli, by the way, is freaking, man, if I look like her when she's like 56 or something, she looks like she could pass for 27. Like, what the hell? And I don't think that woman exercised a lot in her life either. She must be Italian. I think Italian women do well. Some Italian women age pretty well. Obviously, Puerto Rican women do. J-Lo. Obviously black women do. Halle Berry. Maybe it has something to do with being mixed race. That would be cool. Halle Berry's mixed race, and J-Lo being Puerto Rican is kind of mixed race. Salma Hayek is another one. She's old as hell, and she's like freaking looks young and gorgeous, and she's mixed race. Maybe that's it. That'd be cool. Us biracial people or multiracial people have that edge. Maybe it's a mutation. Anyway, I'm rambling. I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to thank all my friends and fans that gave me space during all this during and after all this craziness. And sorry, I kind of went MIA, but I needed to for my psychological reasons, emotional, and I wasn't feeling like posting anything. I didn't even know what to say. But I think if you check out the blog on my website, that'll explain everything for anyone who has any questions, okay? I've come to terms with the whole situation. I'm glad it turned out the way that it did. And yes, I am going to pursue and try to get a medical malpractice lawsuit. We'll see what happens with that. But I was treated very badly and misdiagnosed very badly, like very obvious mistakes that especially the ultrasound lady did. So anyway, stay tuned. I'll try and keep you guys posted. And I'm still working on my projects, and I lost a lot of them. I'm trying to recoup what I can, but I don't know what my future holds anymore. Every time I try to plan something, it doesn't go the way I plan it, so I think maybe God has a plan for me. Yeah. And I'm interested to see what that plan is. Anyway, my daughter's in Vegas. I'm in LA taking care of some business here, and things are kind of getting better. I don't know. We'll see. That's where I'm at right now. And those are my tips for staying on. So, thanks everybody for your patience and not being like, hey, what happened? Hey, where's the baby? Hey, why haven't you posted videos? Blah, blah, blah. You must have been lying. You must have been crazy. Yeah. I'm not crazy. In a bad way. Crazy in a good way. I'm eccentric, that's all. A little bit. But I'm actually really normal and balanced. Okay, so there it is. Hope to see you guys soon. More, or you guys see me more. I'm not really ready to hit red carpets. I tried one and it felt awkward. And then I've tried going to clubs and it just feels weird too, so maybe I'm not ready. Or maybe I just don't want to go alone anymore. Maybe I would. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's it for now. Ciao. Happy New Year, everybody.